Thanks for the info. Wi-Fi. Good head growth temperature. All right, what's mine now? Well, it's coming on here. In a minute now. There we go. All right. Hey, y'all want to test this thing? Chester? What test? Y'all ain't gonna be able to go over there. Okay, let's check. Hold on. Right, I'm fixing the head part right there, folks. We're good. We're good. Let's check. Yeah. Do you want to be our guest speaker? No, all right. I don't have that time. Test yours.
Testing, 1, 2, testing. Testing, 1, 2, testing.
Testing, 1, 2, testing. Look at Walter parked over there.
I do. Chester.
Testing, 1, 2, testing. Pickens Academy.
Testing, 1, 2. Welcome to beautiful downtown Carrollton, Alabama, the home of Pickens Academy. The Pickens Academy Pirates will take on the Chambers Academy Rebels here tonight in about 30 minutes.
Get your popcorn, pizza, and snacks ready to go.
If you're in the sound of my voice, we hope you have tuned in.
Are we live, David?
Yes, you're live.
RV parking for this game will be right across right actually behind the guest seating.
Compliments of Walter Allen.
You hear each other well?
Yeah, I'm great. Yeah. Probably as good as I've heard him.
Yep. Am I too loud in here? Mm-hmm. Okay. It appears the Rebels are taking the field for some pregame warmups.
Chambers adorned in the adorned in white road uniforms tonight, white road jerseys, blue pants, blue helmets.
This rain's going to get on out of here shortly.
Homestanding Pickens Pirates will be adorned in their powder blue home jerseys.
Academy, the defending 1A state champs.
Seem to have disappeared like the Pirates would. Snuck behind something and hid. So,
haven't seen Jara yet, but wouldn't be surprised in this rather stormy evening if he wasn't lurking around. It's been quite a hard rain here in Carrollton, Alabama. It seems to be letting up some, and hopefully we'll be gone by game time. But it's really poured.
Off to the north, the clouds are breaking a little bit, so hopefully we can get in just a little bit of dry weather before kickoff. Whoa!
Whoa!
I think that we're going to take a few minute break here as the kids run to shelter like they should. That was a that's the reason why we have to keep an eye out for
30 minutes.
Lightning strikes. Definitely a 30-minute delay here on the weather delay for that lightning strike. If you guys saw that.
Like our first 30-minute delay.
So we're going to actually get off these headsets and make sure we're in a safe area. And we'll catch up to you once we get some more information on that.
Area that is safe and covered.
Okay.
We wait for this weather to get out of
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking live at McGee Hughes right field in Carrollton, Alabama. We're the site of the Pickens Academy football game. We are here to tell you that we've had a weather delay right early warm-up time this evening. Well, there was a big loud thunderclap, big bolt of lightning, and the officials removed the teams from the field. Kickoff has now been moved to 7:30. So if you're tuning in now expecting us to do our pregame, come back in about 30 minutes, about 7:20, 7:25. We'll be back with you, and we'll enjoy some Chambers Rebel football. The teams are taking the field now to begin warm-ups. So you will get a live video feed, but we won't be back with audio for about 30 minutes. So looking forward to entertaining everybody with some Rebel football tonight. So stay tuned. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking live at McGee Hughes Right Field in Carrollton, Alabama, just across the street from the campus of Pickens Academy, where the Pickens Academy Pirates will play host to the Chambers Academy Rebels in a very important 1A West Region contest. These two teams have very different records. Chambers is 7-0 and Pickens is 2-5, but they are tied for first in the 1A West Region. So this game could will propel one of these teams into the driver's seat for a region title. And the past in this series has not been in Chambers' favor, although these teams have only met 4 times. First 3 times they met were in the late 80s and early 90s. All were playoff games. All were here in Carrollton, and all were won by Pickens. The first one in 1988 was in a driving rainstorm, and Pickens was able to prevail by a score of 6-0. The other 2 playoff games in subsequent years were pretty well controlled by Pickens. And then last year, Pickens came to Lafayette for the first time for a region contest, and Chambers prevailed by a score of 49-0. We are about ready for the teams to run out and toss the coin. We've had a 30-minute delay in the kickoff due to some bad weather we had here in Carrollton with some lightning and thunder. But that has cleared away. The rain has stopped, and we are ready for some Friday night lights here in Carrollton. I am here along with my broadcast partner, Chester Carter.
Thank you, Calvin. As we get prepared for a region game here against the Pickens Pirates here in Carrollton. Trying to dodge a little bit of rain here. Quick check of the radar. Looks like everything is passed, and field will be a little bit wet as the teams take the field, but we're ready to play some football underneath these great accommodations we have over here. I'd like to thank the Pickens Academy for setting it up in the press box with all the Wi-Fi and seats and everything. We appreciate their hospitality. So we look forward to a good game here. And we're about 4 minutes from kickoff. So hang tight here and get you some snacks real quick and get ready to watch some good football here.
As Chester said, these are very nice accommodations. This field was formerly owned 50-50 by Pickens Academy and Carrollton High School. Carrollton High School closed by some consolidation from the county school board in Pickens County several years ago. And Pickens Academy was able to acquire the entire athletic complex, which includes a baseball field, a softball field, a practice field, and a football field. So it's a really nice complex, really nice press box. Press box is divided into little cubby holes, and they gave us one right here on the 50-yard line. So we are glad to be able to bring this game to you. We ask you to please remember that we are reliant upon Wi-Fi, and if the internet goes down, then your picture is going to go down. So there, we have no control over that whatsoever. We apologize in advance for it. We are way out in rural West Alabama and under some cloudy and rainy conditions, so we are just going to hope and pray that we can hold the signal and bring you tonight's contest. Chambers will be wearing the road white uniforms tonight with the blue pants, blue helmets. Pickens is attired in their home uniforms, which are a powder blue top, white pants, and white helmets, sort of reminiscent of the
old Braves.
Old Houston Oilers. That's what I thought about the old Houston Oilers of the AFL. That's kind of what it looks like.
Warren Moon back in the day.
Well, those Houston Oilers might have been George Blanda.
Well, it looks like Pickens is getting ready to do their run out here, so we will take a shot of that here as soon as all these football players get ready to run out. They'll be wearing some pink in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month here in the month of October. So let's just get ready to sit back and watch the student athletes run out for the run out on the field. And correct me if I'm wrong, does the Pickens Academy have a band, Calvin?
Well, they announced a while ago that they did. Of course, it's been very rainy here, but the rain has stopped, and I think the band has been able to come out. Captains are approaching for the coin toss. The captains for the Rebels look like Braxton Allen, Jacob Oliver, Dijon Darden, and Cade Tarver. Glad to see Cade back out. Cade's been struggling with a little bit of a shoulder injury, but he played last week, and it's good to see him out as a captain.
And number 30 for Pickens is Clark Noland, and number 55, Chandler Box, will be the captains for Pickens on the coin toss.
John Barton and number 63, Jacob Oliver. For the Pirates, number 30.
Coin is tossed. Pickens has won the toss
Chandler Box.
and has deferred. So Coach Allen, by virtue of losing the toss and the deferral, will have the ball first, as he quite often, as we've said prior in the season, likes to do. He likes to begin on offense, and he'll get that opportunity for the Rebels. Chambers will be moving from right to left in the first quarter. Good crowd across the way. Don't know how well you all can see them right now, but a lot of Rebel fans have made the trip. All of them sat in their cars during the rainstorm, but they're filing out now and taking their seats.
Yes, it may be dry and warm back in Chambers County, but it is cool, damp, and rainy here over in Pickens County. Hopefully Lafayette will be seeing this rain sooner than later, maybe later tonight or first thing in the morning, but it is a refreshing change from what we've been having recently, and I'm glad it dried out before the kickoff this evening. So we look forward to an exciting game here, and these two match up in a regional game here. And like you said, the winner should be in the driver's seat for the postseason. So we're about ready for the runouts and the national anthem as well as our prayer. So sounds as if there's a pirate ship in the area.
And the Rebels take the field as well. Something about teams running out on the field, Chester, especially in a high school football game, just sort of send chills up your spine.
Yes, it does. The excitement, their adrenaline's pumping as well as ours. So it's Friday night. It's a great time for high school football.
Okay, we're going to pause for the invocation and the national anthem.
For the national anthem.
And we'll play
Our
football.
invocation tonight will be given by Wade Goodman, and our national anthem will be sung tonight by Kristen Bell.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, thank you this day, and I thank you for the opportunity we have to come and play this great game of football. Thank you for the traveling mercies for both teams and being able to get here and being safe. Thank you for the rain that we just got, and thank you for the break in the rain so we can get this game in. Dear Lord, be with the boys on the field tonight, help them to play to the best of their ability, dear Lord, and leave it all on the field. Be with the coaches and the referees and the players. Help them play with good sportsmanship. I like to remember Demopolis City, their school. They had 3 band members that I think a couple of them drowned this afternoon, and one of them's in the hospital. So they've canceled their game. We want to ask for put your healing hand on them and put your comforting hand on the one around them, dear Lord. Thank you for everything you do for us. We thank you for dying on the cross for our sins. And we thank you for forgetting our sins and throwing them as far as the east is from the west. So Lord, we pray this in the most precious heavenly name. Amen.
Good job. The dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, Calvin, that was great.
Are you ready for some football? Let's hear you, Chambers. Let's hear you, Pirates.
The public address announcer here at Pickens is a minister. We had a nice visit with him during the weather delay. Kind of reminded me of what those of you that have been Rebel fans a long time, when Joel Warren was the PA announcer for Chambers. I was in the upper elementary. He'd always start a game by saying, "Is anybody here for the other team?" And he'd get them to yell, and then he'd say, "How about is anybody here for Chambers?" So that's just what the Pickens man just did. And the pirate horn blows. We haven't seen Captain Jack Sparrow here just yet, but there's a field full of pirates out there ready to take on the Rebels. If the Pirates could pull this game off, they'd move to 3-0 in the region. Chambers would drop to 3-1. Pickens would then play Southern. If they defeated Southern, they would win the region. If they lost to Southern, there would be a 3-way tie and a whole lot of weird tiebreakers that would come into play. And Chester, we don't talk about that because we hope it doesn't happen. But
yeah, let's not go there right now, and let's just get ready to watch this Pirate versus the Rebels, and let's let them settle it on the field tonight. So we're ready for kickoff here. Rebels kicking off to the Pirates kicking off the Rebels. Kicks off deep to number 25. Smoot on the return up the right side for a nice gain out to about the 36-yard line, where the Rebels will set up shop. First down and 10.
I think that's the first time Caden's returned to kickoff this season, the first time I remember it. Did a nice job. About a 22-yard return.
First and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Well, let's see how Coach Allen and the coaching staff attack this game. If they're going to get behind the pads of Braxton Allen, or are they going to maybe throw it in the air a little bit here? Let's see what's going on. Peyton lines up in the gun with two wide receivers out to his left. Braxton lines up to his left. Calls for the snap. Hands off to Braxton off the right side for a nice gain to start off the game. About a 3 or 4 yard gain out to the 39-yard line. Second down and 6 for the Rebels.
6 and 4 yards, second down and 6 for the Rebels.
Peyton remains in the gun. One wide receiver out to his left. Costin snap. Hands off to Braxton off the right side. He's got some running room. He's down across the 50, down to the 45, down to about the 40-yard line, and ends up at the 39-yard lines in Pirate territory. Good run by Braxton off the right side.
Yeah, that was a great run. Went through a big hole, and the Rebel offense is ready to go as soon as the chains are set.
Yeah, they're not slowing down for anything. They want to get that fast-paced offense going tonight.
Almost caught Pickens with only 10 men on the field, but they were able to recover from that.
Peyton tells his own number off the right side. Big hole. He's got enough yards for the first down, and he's out of bounds at about the 21-yard line.
Picked up another first down.
Quick first down gain there by Peyton. And they are not slowing down at all.
Offense is moving the ball really well right now.
Peyton calls the snap. He looks down to the field to his left. Goes out to number 13, Benbrook.
He's going to be really close to a first down.
Down to about the 13-yard line. It's going to be close to first down yardage, maybe a yard short. Bring up second down and 1 for the Rebels.
Nice catch and run. No, it is a first down.
They're going to give him
chains.
Wow. First down yardage.
Nice catch and run by Benbrook, our player of the week last week.
Peyton brings the offense. He's under center. Lined up in the backfield is Dijon and Braxton. Gives the ball up to Dijon right up the middle and down to about the 6-yard line.
That was not first and goal. It was first and 10. So the Rebels can make a first and goal if they get inside the 2 without scoring. And they're down to about the 5.
That play picked up about 6 yards.
4
Second down and 4 for the Rebels.
inside the 5.
Peyton hands off to Braxton off the right side. He cuts back into the middle for a touchdown, Rebels.
Touchdown Chambers. Nice run by Braxton Allen. Cut back. There are no flags. So Chambers takes the 6-0 lead.
Quick scoring strike with 9:58 left here in the first. Rebels strike first on their first offensive series of the game. That was a quick jaunt down the field.
5 plays, I believe, if I counted right.
Yep.
5 plays and 63 yards. Darden comes out. And Chambers will go for 2.
Peyton has his wide receivers split to each side. Coughs the snap, hands off to Braxton up the right
And
side.
he will walk in.
Comes in untouched for the 2-point conversion.
Handoff.
That'll be 8-0. The Rebels over the Pirates here with 9:58 here in the first.
One thing I'm glad to see here for, I think, the first time on our 4-game road swing, there are possession clocks here.
Yes, they have. Yeah, they have play clocks on the field here. It's a
Still have plenty of time.
very nice addition.
That helps us, and more importantly, helps the players know how long they've got to snap the ball. When that time is kept on the field, and sometimes it's 40, sometimes it's 25.
Yeah.
It's just really hard for your offense to know how long they have to snap.
And that gives another task for the players to watch another person on the field instead of the actual clock itself, which makes it difficult when you're going from stadium to stadium and having to learn to keep an eye on the clock or the referee.
Scoreboard here says 8-6. That is not correct. It is 8 for guest, 0 for home. I'm sure they'll fix that.
Check the scoreboard, guys.
PA announcer just asked him to check it. Those of you at home, do not panic. We are ahead 8-0. We're not behind 8-6.
We have a official down here in the clock room, so he'll get that straightened out real quick. Well, Peyton brings the kick team to the line. Special teams was had a good game last week with success. Some onside recoveries. See what they do. Peyton kicks the ball deep down to about the 18-yard line, where it's taken by number 3. Cole Hudson on the carry out to about they're going to spot him at the 29-yard line.
Maybe the 30.
Yep, 29. Yeah, that's where they set up first down and 10 for the Pirates.
29-yard line.
You probably can hear in the background, but Pickens also has a band.
Decent turnout here for the Pirates, for the hometown team. That rain may have kept some folks at home, but they're starting to still filter in here as the rain trickles off to a nice little sprinkle. So it's a good night for football here in West Alabama.
Didn't keep the Chambers folks at home because they were here when it started.
That's right. Well, Pirates start their offensive series off, handing off to number 10 off the left side to John Wesley Rye for a carry out to the left side for little or no gain. He actually may have lost a yard on that play.
Lost 2.
2 yards. Second down and 12 for the Pirates. Pirates are quarterbacked by number 2, Seth Peaks, who's in there, number 7. William.
Had a wide open receiver, but
Johnson
could not hold on. Something got crossed up on the coverage there for Chambers, and the receiver was open. And fortunately for the Rebels, the ball was not thrown quite where he could catch it, because he would have gotten a first down and a heap more. He was truly by himself over there.
Well, the incomplete pass will set up third down and about 12 for the Pickens Pirates. We're still here in the first quarter. Rebels are up 8-0. This is the first offensive series for the Pickens Pirates. They've got 2 wide receivers set out to the right, 2 to the left. Pickens quarterback looks to the left, out to, gets loose. Number 2's gets loose down past the 50. He's at the 45, down to the 40, 35, 40, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 26-yard line by number 10, Peyton Allen.
That is the first down. I was just about to say Chambers hasn't given up a first down in first half in 2 weeks. Well, now they have. And the tackle was made short of the first down, and he slipped the tackle, and once he slipped the tackle, he was off to the races.
Completion was to William Parker on the big gain for the Pirates. And they spotted him down to the 27-yard line of the Rebels. Ball handoff to the right side for no gain at all. 54, Trent Thompson in on the big tackle for there was no gain on the play at all. So second down and 10 for the Pirates at the 26.5 yard line. Number 7, Aiden Johnson is quarterback in the Pirates. Hands off number 10, right up the middle. Cut back and a quick strike by the Pirates. Touchdown for the Pirates.
Well, both teams have made it look easy here so far.
Yes, they did. That was number 10, John Wesley Rye on the carry for a touchdown for the Pirates. He cut back right across the, once he got past the offensive line. And it was smooth sailing in there for John Wesley Rye for the touchdown. Pickens is bringing their extra point team in. Kick is up, and it is good. So it's Pickens Academy 7, Chambers Academy 8 here early in the first quarter. Both offenses went down the field pretty much unimpeded for score on their first series.
Pickens made a big third down conversion, 3rd and 12. Ball's caught inside the chains, and he slipped a tackle and made a long gain, and from there on out he got crossed up on the defense on that run. Very unusual for Chambers to give up a long run, but we'll see. This team didn't get to be tied for first for no reason at all. These two teams have played 3 common opponents. They both played Cornerstone and won. They both played, forgive me, 2 common opponents because we've not played Meadowview yet. Pickens has defeated Cornerstone and Meadowview. And both played Success Unlimited. Probably the biggest difference there. Chambers defeated Success Unlimited, and Pickens lost to them.
Kick is up, a little pooch kick out of bounds will be a penalty on Pickens.
Rebels have good field position.
With 7:34 here in the first, Chambers Academy Rebels are up 8-7 against the Pickens Pirates. And again, we're early in the first. Both offenses went down on their first possession and scored. And Pickens opted to go for the extra point in lieu of this 2-point conversion. It was successful, and that's why your score is 7-8.
Ball went out on 43, 5-yard penalty tacked home. Chambers starts excellent field position at the the Chambers 48, 52 yards from pay dirt.
Peyton sets up in the gun, hands off to Braxton now on the right side. Braxton's found some running room. He cuts back to the left. He's getting deep into Pirate territory and is pushed out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. Nice first down carry by Braxton.
33-yard gain.
Braxton Allen picking up first down for the Rebels.
We have a timeout on the field.
Timeout by Chambers. Not sure what Coach Allen saw, but something he wanted to adjust, obviously. And
Timeout on the field.
evidently, it was important enough for him to stop play.
Don't forget about your split the clock tickets over from the PTO and the white tent.
Don't know whether we'll have a heat timeout or not.
Until the Carrollton Baptist Church following the ball game.
It's really neither warm nor cold here.
Nah, it's actually kind of chilly out there a little breeze kicking. We're not used to this.
Now, third game this year, we've had rain. I think the only time we've had rain since August was on a Friday night.
I think so. I think it has only rained on Friday night for the past.
Delayed the Lee Scott game for 30 minutes. It did not delay the Springwood game, and it delayed this game for 30 minutes.
Well, the Rebels are back on the field, and we're ready to resume play. It's first down and 10 for the Rebels at the 21-yard line. Peyton Allen's under center. He's got Dijon Darden in the backfield alongside Braxton Allen. Hands up to Dijon right up the middle. Dijon takes the first tackler carries him down for about a 3-yard gain. It'll set up second down and 7 for the Rebels at the forward progress looks like to be at the 19-yard line.
Now we stop.
Darden stays out there alongside Braxton in the backfield. Peyton hands off to Braxton off the right side, finds that running room, and gets close down to a first down marker.
Going to be just a little bit short.
Ooh, they're going to mark him very close.
The line of the game is right on a little shy of the 10.
And they give him a first down.
Okay, first down. It was a little shy of the 10 because that's where he landed.
They can still get a first down at the 1-yard line. So it's first down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Darden is still in the backfield with Braxton Allen. The handoff to Darden off the right side. And he plows forward for a nice gain of about 5 yards.
Number 32, Will Nolan, leading the way on the stop of
down to the 5.5-yard line. Second down and about 5. .550 here in the first. The Rebels are in the red zone, and they're threatening again. Peyton takes a snap, hands off to Darden off the right side. He runs right over the right side guard and in for a touchdown, Rebels.
Well, Chambers holds serve and says, tag, you're it.
I don't know, Kevin. The referee was signaling something.
Well, I guess he didn't get in. Sure looked like he did. Yeah, I think he did get in because the.
Okay, I never saw a signal.
They got the down marker down where you
All
go
right.
for 2, so we're good.
I didn't even see the signal from the touchdown, but we're going for 2 here. Peyton Allen's under center, and he hands the ball off to Braxton off the right side, and he's in. He's in for a 2-point conversion. I'm watching the referee across the side there, and I can't. Hard to tell what he was signaling there. But it's a 2-point conversion. It's good.
One thing we've learned on these road trips is we've told you this is a really nice facility, but we're in a situation where we're all looking out the same window, and there's 3 of us. All of us have reached the middle-age spread stage of life, and it's kind of tough for all 3 of us to look out this window. But we're up 16-7. Defense needs to sort of tighten up and assert itself at this point.
Well, we'll get through that middle-age spread, no problem. We're just glad to see the kids out there making the best of all their opportunities, and they're doing a great job so far. We'll tighten up here on defense with 5:32 here in the first. The Rebels are up 16-7 on the Pickens Pirates. 2 offensive series for the Rebels and 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions. So things are looking pretty strong on offense, and we'll see how they react here on defense.
Yeah, you can't ask anything else of your offense. Eight's the most you can get on a drive, and they've done that twice. They'll tee it up to kick it off.
Peyton Allen brings the kicking team on. He checks off on the line. And the kick is off, and it's down to about the, falls on it. Oh, who was that on the quick recovery? That was Peyton Allen on the quick.
Almost had a repeat of last week's success where the kickoff was not recovered. It was dropped.
Yeah.
And he picked it up and tried to run with it, and he really didn't have it secured very well when he got hit, but he held on.
Great hustle by number 10, Peyton Allen, kicking and on the recovery.
Yeah, went right down the middle.
Ball bounced once, touched the player for Pickens, and Peyton was there for the tackle. Almost the recovery. Great hustle by Peyton. Let's see how the defense stacks up against the Pirates on this series.
Yeah, they're 80 yards away. They crossed the defense up pretty badly a time or two, although really one time there's more of a tackle that slid off.
Handoff is snuffed in the backfield by number 24, Ashton Chambers, in the backfield to help disrupt that play. And there was a couple other Rebels, I couldn't quite make their number out, but they caught him in the backfield for about a 2.5-yard loss. We'll set up second down and close to 13 for the Pickens Pirates. Johnson throws it out to number 32, Will Nolan, tight end, for an 8-yard gain out to the 27-yard line, where it'll set up third down and about three. Let's see how the Rebels react here and see if they can hold them on third.
Big early down here so far. Their passing game has been very successful. There was one pass that was dropped that would have gone for a long gain, and one that did go for a long gain, and that one went for what would have been a first down had they not had a 2nd and 13. Snaps a little low. He gets forward progress, and he's got his first down.
Yeah, they're going to mark him at the 31-yard line. Catch was made by number 30, Clark Noland. And that was enough for a Pirates first down. It'll be first down and 10 from the 31.
Rebel defense really getting tested early by this Pickens passing game.
With 3 minutes and 11 seconds here in the first. The Pirates have the ball. They are pitched out to number 2, wrapped up in the backfield very quickly by number 30, Cade Tarver, with a nice stop in the backfield. He read that play from the beginning, and he was going nowhere. The Pirates running back was going nowhere on that one.
Well, 2nd and 12 has become a common play for Pickens, but so far they've been able to claw their way out of it.
Number 7, Aiden Johnson, quarterback, brings the play into the huddle. 2nd down and 12 for the Pirates. Pirates have 2 wide receivers to each side. Nice pressure by Smoot. Pass is made out to number 30, to Clark Nolan, for a quick 4 or 5 yard gain out to the 34-yard line, 33-yard line, where they're going to spot him out.
Another big third down. Rebel defense will try to get off the field.
Yep. 3rd and 8 here for the Pirates.
Brody Smoot disrupted that play just enough to
Smoot was getting some good pressure in the backfield there to hurry the quarterback, but the pass still made it off and completed for a short gain.
You can look for him to. He switched up that time, and they're going to think they're going to get him.
pass was completed out to number.
Well, they hadn't got him down yet, but they're going to.
That was going to be a big loss for the Pirates there.
All the way back to the 20. That's the kind of defensive play we needed.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been best incomplete pass in that situation.
Yeah, well, he was very alert that he got the pass off. I mean, this young man's quite fast. I actually thought he threw it to a lineman, but he didn't. He threw it to
Yeah, I thought it was a lineman too.
he threw it to a running back that was there to check off to, and Rebels will have the ball, hopefully in Pickens territory.
Pirates set up in punt formation. The Allen cousins are back for the punt return. It's a short punt, and it bounces out at the 45-yard line. We'll be in Pickens territory. That's where they'll set up shop.
Official has to love a punt like that. It hit right on the sideline, so he didn't have any judgment call to make. He just walked up there where it stirred up the dust and said, here's where it goes.
Fell exactly on the 45-yard line. I don't think he could do that again if he tried.
And here comes the Rebel offense trying to pad the lead a little bit.
Hurrying things right along, Calvin. They're
45 yards to go.
Peyton fakes a handoff, looking down the right side, going for number 35, just out the off the fingertips.
25.
25, excuse me. That was Caden Smoot. Just missed him.
He was open too. So, not many 2nd and 10 so far for the Rebels, but they obviously felt good enough about the running game and the way they've been piling up rushing yardage that they thought they could hit a quick pass play there. And
good to see the Rebels keep the secondary honest back there for the Pirates.
He was there. You know, you got to feel like he'll be there again sometime during the game.
And Peyton's ready for the play, calls for the snap, fakes the handoff, goes right up the middle, calls his own number for a nice gain of about 7 yards, but we got some laundry on the field there about the 43-yard line, but we'll see what they have to say about that.
It's going to be a hold, I believe, and it's going to be marked off inside the. It won't be 2nd and 20, but it'll be
It'll be close.
17,
18, yeah. I didn't quite see that hold there, but
all I could see was some people ended up on the ground, so I don't know.
Are our officials mic'd up tonight, Calvin?
Doesn't look like it. Moves it back to the 47. 2nd and whatever it takes to get to the 35. 17. 18.
I like that. We're going to use that from now on. Peyton takes the snap, calls his own number off the right side. He's got plenty of running room up the right side, and he splits a defender and his own blocker.
And that's what it takes to get to the 35.
And that's what it is. Quarterback run off the right side. Nice acceleration by Peyton. He saw where he had to get to, and he made it.
Made it by 1 yard. He was very much aware of where the sticks were. And the Rebels are in business 1st and 10 at the 34.
They are keeping this offense humming here. No huddling up. They're rocking and rolling.
Well,
we're going to have a timeout on the field for.
And folks, that's the end of the
it's the end of the quarter.
Oh.
Keep in mind we cannot see some things here at McGee Hughes right field, and the scoreboard is one of them. So that is the end of the first quarter. Rebels is out by 9 points.
We will do our best to hang out the window periodically and bring that time and score to you. So as you guys can see now, it's 16-7. Your Rebels are up against the Pickens Pirates, and that was a pretty action-packed first quarter there, Calvin.
Yeah, it only took 30 minutes of real time. Kickoff was at 7:30. It took about 30 minutes to play that. Each team scored on their first possession. Chambers scored on second and was able to nail Pickens for a loss on 3rd down, 3rd and 3, and they got them for a loss and got the ball back, and they are moving. 1st and 10. The scoreboard says on the 47, but they're on about the there they fixed it on the 34. So Rebels need to get up by 2 scores if they can.
Well, we'd like to again thank our production manager, David, for getting all this set up here this evening. He does a wonderful job. And I'd like to thank our hosts again for setting us up with the Wi-Fi and things of that nature and accommodating us up here to get this broadcast out to you guys this evening.
I know don't want you all to think we complain everywhere we go, because this is a really nice place. It's got a roof, got a staircase instead of a ladder. But,
beautiful staircase.
But Chester can see the scoreboard a little better than I can. I can see one of the goalposts better than he can. So we're going to try to swap out and see if we can cover the whole field.
Well, the Rebels are out back, ready to take on the offense, and Peyton takes a shot down the field to number 5, Josh Holliday. And where they call touchdown, Rebels. Wow. Quick strike here in the second quarter. Allen threw a bomb down the right side.
He was under heavy pressure, and I couldn't see what happened after he let the ball go, but he was really under pressure from the Pickens defense. But he knew right where he was going with it. They take him down as he throws it, and Josh Holliday made a perfect catch, knocked over the pylon, and he is in for the score. Nice catch by Holliday, nice throw by Allen.
That didn't take long here in the second quarter. First play. And pay dirt for the Rebels. Allen's on for the 2-point conversion. He hands it off to Braxton off the right side. And Braxton reaches out and just a little bit short on the dive there. Had 2 Pickens players wrapped around his legs.
So that'll leave us up by 15.
As we open up second quarter.
So it's 11:52 here in the second. The Rebels are up 22-7 against the Pickens Pirates. So in less than 8 seconds on the first play from the second quarter, the Rebels strike. And the 2-point conversion came up just a hair short, but that'll set the Rebels up just nice at 22-7 against the Pirates with 11:52 here in the second.
24 would have put them up by effectively by 3 scores, but still up by 2 here. 2 scores, that is, not 2 points. And Chambers will kick off and try to make another defensive stand against this Pickens quarterback, who's quite athletic and pretty accurate with his throws. He is a freshman. Wow. So they got some good things for the future here at Pickens. Pickens, one of the, particularly in the 80s and 90s, one of the gold standard teams in AISA football. Won several state championships, won several in a row, and had a long winning streak, kind of the same type success that the Rebels have enjoyed since 2012. Excuse me, since 2016.
Allen gets the kickoff, and it is down to the 30-yard line, taken by number 7. And he gets out to about the 34, 35-yard line. That kick was taken by Aiden Johnson, who is the quarterback.
People might have looked at the Pickens schedule and noticed they got beat 6-0 by Success Unlimited and felt pretty good about this. But remember, they've scored 61 points in one game, I believe, Chester, so they do have some offensive firepower.
Based on what we've seen so far, I can see that. They have some weapons back there, so we're going to make sure we keep those guys in check the rest of the game. But they're ready to roll with handoff to number 10 up the middle, tackled by number 57.
Yep, Jake Waldrop.
Jake Waldrop on this initial hit, and 2 other Rebels finished him off there for a 1-yard gain.
Waldrop reaches out his right arm off of the block from the offensive lineman, says, whoop, not today.
That was John Wesley Rye on the carry for 1 yard for the Pirates. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
A little better for 2nd down play than Pickens has been having. They've been having 2nd and 12. It's the 3rd down plays that have given the Rebels trouble.
Quarterback looks across the middle. And
Jake Waldrop again.
Jake Water. Pat knocks the pass down, stops the clock here in the second quarter with 11:01 here in the first. It'll be third down and 9 for the Pirates.
Yet another third down as Trent Thompson goes out. Certainly you would think a passing down for Pickens, since they seem to have a fairly efficient passing offense. Smoot going to try to come in, and he's going to get in.
Swing out to number 10 in the
He will not make his first down.
Pass was caught by number 10, John Wesley Rye, for a short pickup out to the 39-yard line, and I'll set up 4th down and 6 for the Pirates.
Fairly interesting situation, but I don't think it's the situation they find themselves in presently that they'll go for it.
You wouldn't think so, Calvin.
No, not
a little too early.
Not 2 touchdowns down. I realize this is kind of for a championship.
Well, Braxton and Peyton Allen are back for the punt, and nice punt. And they're going to let it bounce at the down at the 35-yard line. This ball is dying exactly where it lands at.
It's going to be about the 34, but yeah, nobody's getting any bounces. The field drained very well, but it got wet enough that there's not a lot of bouncing footballs out there.
Rebels will take over with 10:46 here in the second quarter. They're up 22-7 against the Pickens Pirates. Nice defensive stand there.
Yeah, his first 3 and out that Chambers has had. That's a good thing.
Get that defense some rest over there and let the offense come out and showcase their firepower. You got 2 wide receivers, 1 out to each side. Braxton Allen lines up alongside. Pep takes the handoff, and he drags a couple Pirate players for about a nice 4-yard gain.
4-yard gain.
Very nice spot there.
Yeah, he stretched out, actually landed on top of a Pickens defender and stretched out, so he got the benefit of the advancement of the ball.
Ball is out the 37-yard line of Chambers. Second down. Peyton's looking at the sidelines for the call. Hands off to Braxton off the right side, looking for a runner room, finds a little bit of green, and he's out past the first down marker and to the 46-yard line. First down, Rebels.
Cody Parham on the stop with number 34, Braxton Allen.
Those of you that have been watching our games every week and keep up with the Rebels might notice that you've not seen number 21, Gavin Kite. Gavin was injured last week against Success Unlimited. He is having some procedures done on his shoulder to see what treatment might be called for, so he is not going to be playing tonight.
Peyton fakes the handoff, passes out to number 13, Jordan Benbrook. After the hit, he falls forward for a nice gain out to about the 47-yard line.
Gets into Pickens territory.
Yeah, we wish Gavin the best of luck during his treatment, and hopefully he's back on the field soon. I spoke with him this week, and his spirits were good, and he's can't wait to get back out there. So we wish him the best. Gavin, if you're watching, best of luck, and we hope to see you out here soon.
Those of you that watched last week's game, either in person or on our YouTube channel, probably remember a play he made the latter part of the second half where he shot the gap on a snap count that he jumped and made a big tackle. Chambers calls timeout before the play clock expires, but somehow during that play his shoulder was injured and he is precautionarily held out here.
Injury-free and ready to play.
It was good. It was a great play. He had the snap can down, and he was in the backfield before the running back even had the ball. So
made an excellent play.
Excellent play. So.
Well, that's 2 timeouts for Chambers. Still don't know what the first one was about, but the second one was because the play clock was about to run down. as the Pickens band plays. We remind you that next week is homecoming. We go back home for the rest of the season. No more road games for Chambers unless we are fortunate enough to make it to Troy. And that's not really a road game. That's kind of what they call a neutral site game. So this will be Chambers' last true road game of the year.
That would be a pleasant sight to go to, Calvin.
Yeah, Torbert Field's going to look mighty good after 4 weeks.
Yeah.
To all of us.
Well, the Rebels are ready for second down in about 4. Peyton takes the snap, looks over to his right.
Let it go. He's got a man open.
Oh, finds Benbrook out to the right. And Benbrook's getting loose, finds some running room down to about the 25-yard line. Nice first down pickup there for the Rebels.
And the more you see sophomore Jordan Benbrook in this offense, the more you got to like it. He's 10th grader, got 2 more years to play.
He's making a good name for himself out there.
His yards after contact are spectacular. Tough to bring down one-on-one.
He's always looking for that open space to find a couple more yards. So Peyton takes the snap. Oh, across the middle to Benbrook down to about the 10-yard line for another Rebels first down. Yeah, he's continuing to make his mark on the offense, which is great. He doesn't mind going across the middle. He doesn't mind running the ball. He is a utility kind of guy, does just a little bit about everything, even kick returns. So we look forward to him the next 2 years with us.
And I'm going to have to let you tell where it's spotted at because I can't tell. Looks like it's right around the 10.
They got him down at 10. First down and goal for the Rebels.
Yeah, it is, because I was going to say the chain crew's way back up at the 25.
Peyton fakes the handoff, finds a little running room off to the left side, and he's over in for a touchdown, Rebels.
There we go. Nothing like breathing room.
Well, they're starting to get separation right now. The offensive line is pushing the defensive line back off the ball, and we are down now to about the 8-minute mark here in the second.
That play reminiscent of the famous play that you've seen photographs of and replays of many times that clinched the championship game last year. Probably doesn't hurt that we got the same kind of uniforms on that we had for that game as well, but very close to same play.
Well, Peyton hands off to Braxton Allen right up the middle for a 2-point conversion, which is good. The Rebels are starting to get that offense dialed in and move on, keep putting points on the board this evening. And it is now 30-7. Your Chambers Academy Rebels are up 30-7 against the Pickens Pirates here with 8 minutes and 4 seconds in the second.
Say Pickens Pirates 3 times real fast.
Yeah, as we look forward, next weekend's homecoming against Meadowview, and then we wrap up the regular season at home against Bessemer Academy, which appears on paper to be a good-looking game. So if you're going to be in the Lafayette area in 2 weeks, come on out to Torbert Field and or catch us here on the YouTube channel because should be a great game. We look forward to that game.
That will be playoff caliber football in that game. You're looking at a team that's in Chambers that's certainly would be considered to be one of the favorites for the 1A title, and Bessemer one of the favorites for the 3A title. And Bessemer and Chambers have both played Tuscaloosa. That I think would be their only common opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Chambers beat Tuscaloosa by 7. Bessemer beat Tuscaloosa by 1. But that's why they play it on the field and not on paper.
Peyton gets a kickoff. Good kick down to the 16-yard line where number 3 tries to reverse field, but he decides differently and gets out to about the 24-yard line. That was number 3, Cole Hudson, on the return. The Pirates will set up shop at about the 24-yard line, first down and 10, but we got a flag out there on the field. We need to get that resolved first before we think about any football.
Yeah. just looking at what you folks can see at home, looks like there was a little bit of pushing and shoving after the play, and it could be one of those things where it's on each team. Yep.
Yes.
That's what it looked like when I watched it again there. Just a little bit of shoving. Kind of stuff that sometimes they'll even let him get away with, but he chose to keep control of the game by flagging both players. I quite frankly didn't see the number for either one of them, but
I didn't either. Well, Pickens starts off first down and 10 with 7:49 here in the second. Trying to chip into that deficit they have right now. Let's see what they bring out here on offense. They got 2 wide receivers out to the left. And
got to stop as your play. I think the play clock expired, but I'm not sure that it should have been running. So
we still have some laundry back here at the 50.
Yeah, the play clock went down to 0, but it had been running while all that penalty announcing was going on. So
gotcha. Pickens calls the snap, hands off to number 10 off the right side. No room off that right side. The Rebel defense sniffs that play out. Looks like Peyton Allen was involved in that tackle, as well as Darden and Thompson was involved in. All 3 of them were involved in that tackle. Other than that one run, Calvin, I don't think that the Pirates have had any success running the ball.
No, if they're going to get anything tonight, it's going to be catching somebody napping on a pass play, or as they had early in the game, somebody slipping a tackle on one and getting into open space.
All right.
Got a low snap there, and Smoot almost got him.
Throws out to the flats to number 10. There's a penalty on the play, and he's out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. Like we might have a block in the back over here, and that's what it is.
Yeah, several people saw that because more than one flag went down.
We have some, if you hear that in the background, there's some opinions from the fans here about maybe a late hit, but
well, I think what they were concerned about was Darden made a tackle right on the sideline, but the runner was still moving forward, and he was not in a position to tell if he'd stepped out or not.
Do we have another penalty on the field?
Well, that may be a sideline warning. I don't know what we got going on now, but that was not
unsportsmanlike. It looked like the call real quick there by the.
That was not a late hit at all by Darden. It was a perhaps what you might call a ferocious tackle, but nothing wrong with ferocious tackles.
Well, let's see if they get this straightened out here. The ball's still sitting on the 21-yard line.
Got holding on Pickens and then a dead ball unsportsmanlike on Pickens. So that's going to be about 10 yards and then probably half the distance. It's going to be second and way back yonder. All the way down to the 10. No, that's down to the 5, isn't it?
They're on 10 right now, and they're going to keep on moving down to the 5.
Wow.
That's going to set up second and a mile.
They're on the 5, and the line to gain is the 35. I'll let you take it from here because I can't see where they are.
They're at the 5, and that's where they're going to set up for second down and
30.
Second down and 30 for the Pirates. Trying to get some breathing room off that goal line. Hands off the left side of the line for a short gain out to the 6-yard line. Set up third down and 29 for the Pirates.
This is one of those plays where you just play good defense.
Yeah. And the Pirates are just trying to get some breathing room to get away from that end zone down there.
Not likely to pass.
The Pirates bring the offense to the line, 2 wide receivers each side. Takes the snap, low snap, smooths in the backfield, and almost picked off.
About got it.
I can't see that Rebel number over there.
Number 8.
8. That was Hayden Hurst almost with the interception.
Well, it's 4th and 29, so certainly you would expect to punt here.
From the 6-yard line, yes, I would have to say that's what they're going for. Number 7 is doing the kicking duties. Aiden Johnson for Pickens. He's at the back of the end zone for the Pirates.
Peyton, Allen, and Braxton lined up where the first down marker is on the 35.
Gets the punt off. It's a short kick. Gets a friendly Pickens bounce down to the 32-yard line.
Well, the chain crew won't have to do much moving.
No.
About 3 yards down the field.
The Rebels will have great field position here with 5 minutes and 51 minutes here left to go in the second quarter. The Rebels are up 30-7 against the Pickens Pirates. We're coming to you live from Carrollton, Alabama, right across the street from Pickens Academy's campus. Peyton has the offense out there. Quick slant pass out to number.
It's Caden Smoot, I believe.
Is Smoot out there? That's enough for a first down. Out to the 18-yard line.
Got, I don't know what that was. There's a penalty on Chambers, but he slapped his hand, so I don't really know what that means. Our production manager, David Howard, says holding. So that'll be 1st and 20 instead of 1st and 10. Well, I still don't know what he's calling. He went over to Coach Allen and gave kind of an intentional grounding type signal, but certainly that wasn't what it was. So, I don't know. There we go. He says it's holding finally. And it was evidently way behind the line because the ball's all the way back at the 46. So now Chambers is faced with a, except his first down, 1st and
I got to get down to the 19.
So it's knocking on 20 yards or more.
That looked more like a 15-yard variety, Calvin.
Yeah, that's still
a personal foul.
I think it was a holding. It was just way behind the line. Well, there
Peyton
goes
calls his own number, and he takes it right down the middle. Gains up some good yardage there on first down to the 37-yard line. Second down and about 16.
Well, the line to gain's the 21. So, yeah, and that's kind of doable now if you get that much of it back.
Peyton's looking downfield, looking down the left side.
Oh, he's got somebody wide
open.
Oh,
Number 25,
touchdown.
Smoot. Mr.
Beautiful
Caden
pass.
Smoot. He just took a little time back there, was patient, and Smoot found the open territory out there, and Peyton dialed it up and spot on. Didn't have to do much work on that one for Mr. Smoot.
No, just had to be sure he caught it. Because he knew he was going to score if he caught it. He just worked himself open and split the 2 defenders, and bingo.
That's one good thing about having a mobile and agile quarterback back there with Peyton. He can buy some time for his wide receivers to get open, and that's exactly what Smoot did. And in for another touchdown for the Rebels. 2-point conversion, handoff to Braxton off the right side. He's looking for some running room and falls just a bit short. But the Rebels extend their lead out here. That was a great pass play between Allen and Smoot. And we have 4 minutes and 57 seconds left here in the second. The Rebels are up 36-7. And the Rebels are starting to put that distance and separation between them and the Pirates here late in the second.
That was the final score of the Lee Scott game, 36-7, and here we are, 5 minutes till halftime. We've already got 36-7 here.
Something we've noticed here, you know, as the season has progressed, that the Rebels are starting to fire get quicker on their offensive strikes here in the first half. And it's good to see how their offense is coming out, setting the tone for the game.
Yeah, if I were a newspaper man writing clever headlines so far, I would say Peyton Allen picked apart the Pickens Pirates.
Pick a P. There you go.
Don't ask me to say that again.
That was what was that? Again, let me write
Peyton Allen picked apart the Pickens Pirates.
Let's see what he can do here on the kickoff. He checks off on the line. Everybody's good to go. And the kick is off, and it's down to about the 30-yard line where it's taken loosely by number 2 on the return. That was Seth Peaks on the return. They'll spot the ball there at the 35-yard lines for Pickens. First down and 10. The Rebels look pretty energized after that long drive over here today, Calvin. It was what, a 3.5 hour drive?
Well, 3.5 for us. No telling how long it took in the bus.
Yeah.
But I think it didn't hurt them that Pickens struck that quickly and got it down to 8-7. I think that kind of made them realize, hey, we're 2-0, they're 2-0. It's time to decide who's going to win this region. And there's still some football left to play, but Pickens at this point would have to outscore Chambers by 4 touchdowns. And we have yet to punt.
Well, Pickens brings the offense on the field. Going to call it dead here.
Well,
a little bit of motion on the line,
yeah,
looks like.
That happened before the snap even took place.
Yeah, we had a decent drive over here this afternoon. Got to see the shadow in the courthouse window, top window there.
Yeah, they call it the face in the window over here, and if you stand just right, you can certainly see it. When I first got out, I was a little disappointed because I thought, well, I don't really see anything. It was kind of cloudy, but if you stand just right, it's phenomenal to look at, and I think it's been there for 150 years or better.
Quick pass incomplete by number 7 for the Pickens Pirates. Aiden Johnson misfires with his wide receiver. Yeah, that was an interesting sight. I didn't quite see it either when I got out, and as you got a little closer and looked, it was amazing. You could see the imprint of a person's face up there. That was from what, the
1876, didn't it say?
1876?
Yeah, or 78, one or the other, but that's a good 150 years ago. And it's been there through storms and everything else. Something we can check off our bucket list now. We've seen the face in the window. Oh, we almost jumped the pass.
Picked off by Kate Tarver.
Yeah, Kate. He had that route jumped, and he just about went to the house with that one.
Yep. Yeah, something off my bucket list, and I've been meaning to get over here and get that taken care of. So that was a.
Plenty of Chick-fil-A sandwiches still there, steak sandwiches, hamburgers, hot dogs, nachos, plenty of cold drinks.
Yeah, that was a bucket list thing that we got to check off, and I hope all the folks from Lafayette got to check that off their bucket list as well.
Yeah, you ride right by it on the way over here, and while we got out, we're making pictures. We saw Chester spotted a pizza place, and we ate supper there, and it was really good too.
Going forward on 4th here. Hand the ball off to number 10.
It's 3rd.
Oh, excuse me, 3rd.
That's all right.
Tackled by number 34, Braxton Allen.
I distracted you talking about the pizza place.
Well, that was the thing about that hoagie I had at the pizza place was pretty good. You guys had some good-looking pizza over there and good-looking bacon cheeseburger. I'm going to get hungry here at halftime.
Pizza Doctor.
The Pizza Doctor here in Carrollton. If you're ever in the area, stop on by. Good service, good food. That's close to having his knee down on the kicker, but he gets a punt off, and he gets a Pickens bounce out to the 46-yard lines where the Rebels will set up shop with 3 minutes and 6 seconds left before we get to halftime.
And the offense will take the field with plenty of time to make the margin a little wider at halftime. It'll be the Pickens Pirate ball on the kickoff. They won the toss and deferred to the second half.
It's 36-7 here toward the end of the second. Rebels are starting off from the 46-yard line. Allen's in the gun with 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Fakes a handoff to Braxton.
Got a great block. Oh.
Tries to thread the needle down there to Jordan Benbrook at the 50, but just a little bit low.
Got a really good block from Braxton Allen on that play. Shows you what Braxton can do, not only when he has the ball, but when he doesn't have the ball.
All-around good team player right there. He doesn't mind throwing a block, taking the run, taking a pass, or tackling you in the backfield for a loss.
Benbrook was open, but some defenders kind of got in his line of vision.
Peyton fakes a handoff to Braxton, finds an opening run down the left side.
Wow,
He's got some room. He's getting down to 20.
And he will score, ladies and
10,
gentlemen.
5, touchdown, Peyton, and he's keep on running. That was a nice run, quarterback design run off the left side. He pretty much went untouched for about 55 yards.
Reminiscent of Bo Jackson running down through the tunnel at Seattle at the Kingdome back in the day. Kept on running through the end zone as his momentum carried him on down through there.
Peyton showed his speed on that. As you can see the flat-out speed there at the end.
Stopped right before he hit the fence. 2-point conversion.
The Rebels are coming on for a 2-point conversion. Hands off to Braxton off the left side this time, and he's in for a 2-point conversion. Is good for the Rebels.
And Braxton's been the 2-point man tonight.
Yeah, he had a little trouble on the right side, so they decided to switch it to the left, and
36 seconds till halftime.
he executed on that, and 2-point conversion was good.
So it's 44. Is that right? 44-7.
44-7. That's right, Calvin. With 2 minutes and 36 seconds left to go here in the second quarter, almost to halftime. We were about 30 minutes late starting the game tonight due to a little bit of lightning in the area, and it was a very close bolt of lightning.
Boy, was it.
You know, that goes to show, you know, people say, hey, keep an eye, you know, there's a storm around. Be very careful, because that did not strike far from the field. So
we were setting up the broadcast, and Chester and I were talking, testing out the equipment. And if you happened to have been watching it, you probably heard us yell when it went off, because it was like, pow.
And many of the players on the field showed their top-end speed, getting back to the locker room, because that was very close.
Yeah, we discussed that there must somewhere have been a lightning drill at some point in time in practice, because the minute the lightning bolt popped and the thunder popped and clapped, football players were scattering everywhere.
Yeah, but we got to take the safety, you know, these kids very importantly.
No doubt.
So we took a 30-minute break, make sure there was no lightning in the area. Things cleared out just nice. And we're ready for some more football. Peyton kicks off down to about the 25-yard line, and the Pirates bring it out to the 36. Looks like they're going to spot it, 37. That's where the Pirates are going to set up shop, first down and 10, with 2:29 left to go here in the first half. The Rebels are up 44-7. The defense has made their adjustments there after those first couple series and has tightened up very, very strong against these Pickens Pirates, and have limited them to little or no offensive gains here after the first couple series. So let's see if they can continue here.
Yeah, they haven't had a first down, and I think they've had one first down since they got their touchdown, and that's not going to go anywhere.
Pirates pitched out to number 10, and that was snuffed out in the backfield by
Rebels waiting on him.
Number 54, Trent Thompson in the backfield.
And if Trent hadn't got him, somebody else would. In fact,
Yeah.
Brody Smoot had him in his sights, and he had to jump over him to keep from maybe getting a penalty.
They were lined up ready to get number 10, John Wesley Rye, on the backfield there. That was looks like about an 8-yard loss, Calvin. 7-yard loss. Should set up second down and about 17 here for the Pirates. Clock's rolling as we get closer to the first half, end of the first half. Pass is completed out to number 11 to the 37-yard line, tackled by number 34, Braxton Allen, as well as
Jake Higgins.
Jake Higgins on the tackle. It's about a 7-yard gain, 6-yard gain. Set up third down and about 12. Well, they're moving that ball around. There they go.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 12. Line to gain is the 48. Maybe 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11 for the Pirates. 3 wide receivers out to his right. He's looking to his right. He gets flushed out of the pocket by
Smoot's got
Darden.
him.
Oh, Smoot, excuse me.
Yeah, Smoot
Oh,
been trying to get a sack all night. He got one there.
He got that one quickly. I couldn't even get the quarterback's description down before he was in the backfield and had that one. That play snuffed out from the beginning. Great pursuit by Brody Smoot.
You're a poet and don't know it. 4th and 25, so that's about a loss of 14. And I can't see the clock, but I guess it's going to be time.
That'll bring us to the halftime.
Nope, there's not time to punt. Very dominant first half by Chambers, other than the first drive by the Pirates where they slipped a tackle on 3rd down for a long gain and then busted containment on a running play for a touchdown, leaving the game at 8-7. And since that time, it's been all Chambers, 36 points in a row. Your halftime score 44-7. Chester and I are going to take a break. We will show you on camera what goes on here at halftime, so you can sort of get a flavor for what goes on the road and how the other folks celebrate Friday Night Lights. So I guess we're going to have maybe some band entertainment. We'll try to fix it where you can hear that, and Chester and I will step aside. It's a 20-minute half, so we'll be back probably in about 15 minutes to talk about what's going on and where we might go from here. Enjoy the half.
Very poetic, Calvin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you our 2019-20 varsity cheerleaders. Carly Cameron, senior captain, UCA All-American and AISA All-Star. Libby Bain, senior co-captain, UCA All-American and AISA All-Star. Layla Franks, senior. Sydney Kilpatrick, senior. Libby Jane, senior. Elizabeth Reese, junior. Brittany Fitch, sophomore. And Michaela Gibson, sophomore. Their sponsor, Miss Emily Sebring. A little different tonight. The PA band will play in the stands as we have our majorettes and flag corps on the field. Give it up for our Almighty Power Marching Band. Great job, guys. Get your blue tickets out. If you purchased a ticket for 50-50, the PTO split the pot. I've got the winning ticket up here. Man, for a rainy night, somebody's still going to take home 85 bucks. 85 bucks. All right, here's your number, 488-262. 488-262. If you got the winning ticket, come up here to this middle booth and see me in the press box. I got you 85 bucks. Just bring the ticket with you. 488-262.
All right, this is Calvin Milford back with you on Chambers Academy Sports Live on YouTube. There's about 2 minutes left in the halftime break between second and third quarters. It will be Pickens' ball to start the third quarter. They won the toss and deferred to the second half. All Chambers offense in the first half, with one exception of a quick 3 or 4 play drive that Pickens scored on with 2 long plays to cut the Chambers margin to 8-7. Chambers started out with the ball because, as I said, Pickens deferred, took the ball right down and scored, went up 8-0. Pickens took the ball right down and scored, went up or cut the deficit to 8-7. And from there on out, the Rebels scored every time they had the ball and able to hold Pickens pretty much without a first down, certainly without any significant yardage. A couple of penalties set Pickens back a time or two, and some penalties set Chambers back, but they were able to overcome those as they fortunately happened on first or second down, and they were able to overcome those with some long offensive yardage, some long pass plays tonight from Peyton Allen for touchdowns, and 1 long run by Peyton Allen for a touchdown. And the Rebels have gone for 2 basically every time they've scored and made it most of that time. They've scored, I believe, 6 times. And that's not correct. Forgive me, they've scored 5 times. And Pickens scored once. Chambers had the ball 5 times in the first half, scored all 5 times. Pickens probably had the ball 4 times, maybe 5, and scored once. And we're 12 seconds from the halftime clock expiring. Neither team, however, appears to be lining up. So I'm guessing they're going to extend the half a little bit because it just went to 0. And the ref says put 3 more minutes, I believe, if I'm seeing the number of fingers he's holding up correctly. Yep, we'll have 3 more minutes until the third quarter. Looking ahead, again, next week is homecoming. We'll host Meadowview. That will be the final regional game of the season, or region game of the season. Thus far, Chambers is undefeated in the region. If this lead holds up, they will continue to be undefeated and will pretty much clinch the region title because they would hold the tiebreaker over every team but Meadowview, and Meadowview has not won a region game. So even if Meadowview upset Chambers next week, they would not hold the tiebreaker over anybody, and Chambers holds the tiebreaker over everybody. So Chester, he's back with us now. This pretty well wraps up the region because we hold the tiebreaker over everybody but Meadowview, and they haven't won a game. So good news for Chambers fans if we can hold on for another 24 minutes of playing time. I don't know if we'll have a running clock or not. We'll find that out pretty quickly. Certainly, I would think we'd have it in the fourth quarter. Last week we had it before the second quarter was over.
Sorry about that delay there, Calvin. I had to try the steak sandwich here.
How was it?
It's pretty good. I got a steak sandwich and a steak sandwich.
Well, good.
And spectacular. Thank David Howard for pointing that out to me. I've never seen a steak sandwich at a concession stand. So.
He had the Chick-fil-A sandwich. This is one of the things they do here at Pickens is go to Tuscaloosa, which is about 25 miles from here, about the distance that Lafayette is from Auburn, and they load up with Chick-fil-A sandwiches and they bring it back and sell it at the concession stand. While we're waiting on the halftime to expire, big shout out to Reverend Paul Howard and Miss Donna, who are watching the game from Missouri tonight. Thank you for texting and telling David that you were watching, and we appreciate you watching and hope you're having a good trip visiting with your daughter and her husband up in Missouri.
We appreciate all the folks that let us know they're watching from Lafayette or anywhere around, and we appreciate the feedback. And as we continue to try to improve this broadcast each and every week, and a lot goes into setting this up, but we enjoy it, and we hope you guys are having just as much fun with this as we are. And we're going to continue to keep on doing this the rest of the season, and maybe incorporate some basketball games later in the fall and the winter time.
Volleyball team's about to hit the playoffs. We hope we can. We've done some volleyball games. We hope we can do more.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to broadcast volleyball other than just putting the camera up there and turning it on, but the Lady Rebel volleyball team is 14-1, I believe.
Yeah, they won again this week. This past Monday, yesterday they won.
Could be 15-1 then.
Yeah.
And the JV team is also got a winning record on the season. I'm not sure exactly what their record is. You know, they're the defending state champs. The JV girls are.
They're doing well. They got a lot of young players on that team, but they've gelled together. I've had the pleasure of watching them as they grow, and look forward to some bright things out of that JV team. And the varsity team is just strong as all get out this year. So best of luck to them as we start heading into the playoff season for volleyball.
All right. Pollard will kick off to start the third quarter. That's Pickens takes advantage of winning the toss to start the game. They trail by 37 points. I think I finally got my math straight. Chambers had 6 touchdowns in the first half and scored 4 two-point conversions.
Yes, that's
how
correct.
you get 44 points.
Jeremy Pollard kicking for the Rebels.
Pollard gets a kickoff down to the 25-yard line where it's taken up the left side by the Pirates and pushed out of bounds at the 37 or 38-yard line, depending on the spot.
And I believe I saw the officials indicate that the clock would run. So we're 24 minutes from wrapping this one up, heading back to Lafayette and getting ready for homecoming.
Just handed a note that today is Coach Hugh Pate's birthday. Pirate family, wish him a happy birthday.
Timeout already on the field.
Timeout for the Pirates.
That's interesting. Play clock was down to 11, but I don't believe they would have had trouble getting the playoffs, so I don't know what he saw.
They are ready to respond to any injury that may occur.
But he quickly took that time out.
Sports medicine team for the Pickens Academy Pirates and the Alabama High School.
Yeah, well, you know, while we got a few minutes here, we want to talk about some of the places we went to. You know, at Southern, they had the catfish. You know, I guess as their staple. Delicacy there at the stadium, and here I guess steak sandwiches are, which is very nice. So, what is Chambers concession stand? Their hamburgers are spectacular. They're the best cheeseburgers around for miles.
One game we had tea cakes.
Tea cakes, yeah. Interesting to see the concession stands around the state and what they specialize in.
Yeah, and a lot of fun too to look at traditions. And you know, when you go other places, it makes you treasure the traditions we have at Chambers, as far as the run through that we have, and the way that we enter the field, the way that we line up for the national anthem and the prayer, and all of those things. I mean, it's just you know, we have the Rebel reunions and we have Rebelettes. A lot of places don't have programs for their younger girls. So it's just, you know, we do some good things at Chambers, and I hope you folks that are members of the Chambers family, either past or present, treasure those memories and appreciate what everyone does to continue those traditions into the future.
Oh, pass batted down at the line by Smoot. Got his hand up on that one.
Does his signature X formation with his hands. Let everybody know that play didn't go anywhere.
If he's not in the backfield disrupting them, he's been swatting them down at the line. So he is our defensive menace out there against the other teams. But yeah, you talking about, you know, traditions and everything. The CA, you know, traditions, they run deep and they're exciting, and it's great to be a part of that and watch this program grow and continue to flourish after 50 years is something to behold, you know. And You know, you had a great 50th reunion this past weekend there at Chambers. Had a flag football game on Friday, which was probably great to see.
Oh, yeah, that was a lot of fun.
See a lot of folks come back from over the years. And
we broadcast that last week live, and several of you told me they watched it. And we weren't able to do any live commentary because Chester wasn't available, and I was running the PA. But David filmed it, and a lot of people had positive comments about that, and they were really excited when the people introduced themselves at halftime so they could tell who was playing.
Yeah, that was.
And I was glad too because I couldn't tell who some of them were.
Well, the Pirates punt the ball down to the Chambers 25-yard line where they'll call it down.
Roll.
Yeah.
There's a flag down at the about where the punter was standing, but it's not. It's going to be a personal foul against Pickens, essentially. So I guess that will be what was spotted from where the ball was down on the change of possession.
Yep. Well, overall exciting weekend there at Chambers. Had the early game Thursday with a win down at Success, and came back home on Friday for the flag football. And then Saturday you had the nice dinner up in the gymnasium. So all around exciting times at CA, and we appreciate everyone that came back into town and participated in the reunion weekend and celebrating 50 years at CA. Well, back to football action. Allen throws over the middle, and just off the fingertips of number 12.
Keel, I believe
that is. Luke Keel?
Yeah. Pass to tight end. We don't see many passes to the tight end, and Luke wasn't quite able to hang on to that.
That was a bullet from Allen. Just right off the fingertips there.
Got his hand on it, but couldn't quite bring it down. It would have been a first down if he had brought it down. So we will line up and try again.
Allen brings the offense to the line with two receivers out to his left. Ben Brooks in motion. Hands off the ball to Braxton off the right side, looking for some running room. He finds it down to about the 48-yard line into Pirate territory.
Should be a first down.
Should be enough for first down, depending on the spot here.
Give the Rebels first down.
Well, where the line judge is standing, I'm not sure. It's going to be third and about 4.5 inches, it looks like.
You may be the first down.
No, they changed their mind. Okay, first down.
They might have had to get that credit card out on that one to measure that, so they decided to go ahead and call it first down. First down for the Rebels inside Pirate territory. The 49-yard line. Peyton throws out quick to Smoot down the left side for a nice pickup of another flag on the field.
I got about 7. I don't know what happened there because that was way away from the play.
After Caden Smoot for catching the
This
ball.
is some of the most penalty calls I've seen the past couple of games with the Rebels.
Whoever threw it is waving.
Is it holding on
I
there?
don't know. They just gave the signal, but they gave it to the visiting sideline, so I can't tell what it was.
Blocking the back.
Production manager says block in the back. It's going to take the Rebels back. Sometimes I wonder how they find where to start these penalties because that one went way back. It's going to be first in a heap again. They're 8 yards from the 50, and then they got to make another 11, so I guess that's, 19? But it's first down. So we'll try it with Braxton.
Braxton's off the right side, finds some running room.
He just about got it.
If he could have kept his feet under him, he would have been looking for the end zone right there. But that's a nice pickup down to the 48-yard line.
42.
42, excuse me.
Yeah.
I was looking for the 53-yard line.
Apparently they only have those in one place.
Second down and about 4. Braxton takes the handoff off the right side. He's got loose. Again, he's down to the 20. Ooh, it might have been a late hit there, and they're going to call it.
Call that. That was. He would have been okay if he hadn't led in with his helmet, but he went right in with the top of his helmet.
Drake Lowry on the stop.
Ball's down at the 25-yard line, and they're going to assess this penalty against the Pirates. Dead ball.
Personal foul. And crowd disagrees sharply, but Chester and I both saw that and both kind of wondered if they were going to call it. And about that time, here came the flag. So that'll take it down to the 12.
It'll be first down and 10 for the Rebels at the 12, so can get a first down at the 2-yard line. So Peyton brings the offense to the line. 2 wide receivers to his left. Fakes the handoff. Quick pass down the middle. And
tipped away, had a Holiday wide open, and a very good defensive play by Pickens. They tipped the ball away right as it was headed to the wide open arms of Josh Holiday. And that'll bring up second down and 12.
All right, concession stand said to let you know they discounted those Chick-fil-A's down to $4. And hamburgers are $2. That's all they've got left.
well, they got a nice sale going on here at the concession stand.
Just cost David Howard $2.
Wonder if I could get some steak sandwiches to go.
No, they just said they didn't have anything but hamburgers and Chick-fil-A. There goes Ben Brooks.
Ben Brooks off the right side.
He's gonna
going
make it.
for the pylon. He
Yep.
dives forward. Touchdown, Rebels.
Touchdown, Rebels.
Nice run by Ben Brooks.
With 3 minutes and 15 seconds and rolling here in the third quarter, the Rebels strike again with Ben Brook on the run to the right side. Jordan's fallen nicely into this offense with the Rebels.
Official's going to stop the clock for the conversion, I believe. Or he's waving, trying to stop it. And that's pretty fair. I mean, you don't want to let a clock run on
Yeah,
a conversion.
they stopped it at 2:52 here in the third quarter.
And Ben Brook again. And he's in there.
And the 2-point conversion is good.
That'd be 52 for the Rebels, 7 for the Pickens Pirates with 2:52 here in the third quarter.
And tell me if I'm wrong, that's the most points we've scored all year, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because we had 50 against Springwood, 48 last week. Yeah, I'm almost sure that's
Yes, the most I can recall, Calvin.
nice to see this offense clicking on all cylinders. I realize that there are certain limitations that some of our opposition have faced, but you got to look at the fact that whether we're running or passing or whatever we're doing, we're getting up major chunks of yardage. So that's encouraging as we head into the last quadrant of the season. 4 games at home, 4 games away, and at least 3 more games at home. If we win the third game, we'll have 4 more games at home. So it'll be 4, 4, and 4. And then you hope you get to the big one in Troy.
Yes.
It'll be an almost incredible 5th trip in a row to Troy. We'll have a senior class that finished every year of their football career at Troy if we can make it this year.
And right now they're trying to extend their unbeaten streak to what?
21.
21.
A nice story on our win streak on WLTZ Sports this week. Also a nice story on Braxton Allen, their Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Jeremy Pollard's on for the kickoff, and he gets the kickoff, and it's down to about the...
What? 2 people ran together. That was almost a disaster.
Number 12's got some running room out to the 48-yard line. Tackles made by number 8 for Chambers.
I think we're going to have a face mask, although I can't say that I saw it. But
Hayden Hurst on the tackle, bottled him up right there. And let's see what the flag is.
one of these officials has a pink penalty flag. That's the first time I've seen it tonight. In celebration or honor and recognition of breast cancer awareness. Personal foul, face mask against Chambers.
Face mask on the Rebels.
That will put the Pirates in Rebels territory.
Yeah, there was a real mishmash of people down there on that tackle, and you had two people. Kind of started when two people ran together trying to catch the kickoff that Pollard had kicked, and then
this will be the best starting position for the Pirates so far.
The scrum, as they called it, continued on down the field, and once the tackle was made, somebody got somebody's face mask.
Handoff goes to number 10, who's getting loose into the secondary, down to the 17, 18-yard line.
Kind of the same play they scored on earlier.
Hurst and Corbin Piper
First down.
is in on the tackle. Not after gaining first down yardage. They'll spot the ball at the 18-yard line. First down and 10 for the Pirates.
Well, you had some second stringers in there, but they put the first string back in.
John Wesley Rye was the carrier for Pickens on that last play. Go right back to number 10, Rye, who's bottled up in the backfield by a couple defensive linemen for the Rebels. Braxton Allen was involved in that, as well as I think Trent Thompson was part of that as well.
It's like about a 1 yard loss. 40 seconds. They are reaching the part of the field.
40 seconds left to go here in the third quarter as we wind down. The Pirates are just inside the red zone. They got two wide receivers, one to each side in the I formation. Quarterback's looking down the field, passes to the right side, and the ball's up for grabs, and it falls incomplete.
Pass intended for number 12.
That will likely get us to the fourth quarter.
Goes incomplete.
You said number 12 was the intended receiver. Or excuse me, number 5.
5 was 5 seconds.
Oh, 5 seconds. I'm sorry.
Intended receiver was 12. And that's the end of the third quarter.
After 3, your Rebels are up 52-7 against the Pickens Pirates.
And we are 12 minutes from heading back down Highway 86, 82, 22, 280.
Whichever your preferred route is. I will actually be heading west to Starkville for hang out in the Mississippi State this weekend. So safe travels back east for all the folks heading back.
Going to watch the Dogs play? Are they playing at home?
No, actually just gonna hang out in Starkville and visit some family over that way.
Well, good.
So it's a quick trip over there. I think it's about 50 minutes from where we're located at right now. I don't come to West Alabama that often, so I might as well go ahead and.
I asked David on the way over if I'd ever told him about the first time I'd ever been in Pickens County, and he said no. I said, well, it was about 45 seconds ago, so this is my first trip to Pickens County.
Yeah, I think I may have been here once or twice before, and I went to Aliceville, but haven't been over here, this area, much at all. Nice little town, though. Very
really
reminiscent of Lafayette, you know.
Downtown area is very well kept, and it's one of those downtown areas where the several highways go through downtown, and they split and run around the courthouse and come back around, and you have to circle the courthouse to get here to Pickens Academy from the Tuscaloosa direction.
So we came over from Tuscaloosa and took a left before we got to Gordo and made it here to beautiful Carrollton. Well, fourth quarter's underway, and pass goes into the end zone, falls incomplete, and there's about 3 or 4 penalty flags at the defensive line here.
Johnson's pass.
Well, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I wonder what that
was. One of the more emphatic flag throwings I've ever seen, but
very passionate about that call he made.
Yeah, I don't know what in the world he called, but
well, let's see. We'll get the official call right here.
He may have to pull that flag out of the dirt.
curious to know what this is.
As far as the play itself, it was broken up in the end zone by Peyton Allen and Jake Higgins. And Hayden Hurst were all playing defense. The ball got tipped away.
I don't think we've ever received a call on that. Maybe it was a holding.
I think it had to have been a personal foul the way he threw the flag, but so it's 3rd and a heap.
Only the guys on the field will know, so we're moving on. It's 3rd down for the Pirates. Looking again for the end zone, and he's wrapped up by Smoot, and Darden finishes him off for a big loss back at the 40-yard line.
Peyton Johnson goes down.
Some people might fault Coach Allen for putting the first-string defense back in there, but you're finishing up your season. You're headed toward the playoffs, and you got guys that are going to be playing for 48 minutes.
Yep.
And they need that. They need that experience. I mean, you got a team sitting there on the
inside
the 20.
Yeah.
You got a team sitting there inside the 20 about to score, so you put your first-string defense in there and you keep them from scoring. They've got them all the way back to the 40. The line to gain is the 7, so that's going to be 4th and 33.
Yeah, the players out there need to play a full game.
Pickens will go for it.
When he gets down into
and
got a timeout here?
No, unless they call timeout, they just used up the play clock. So it'll be 4th and
no flag. No. Are they going to reset the play clock for them?
Yeah, I think maybe that's like it did a while ago. I think the play clock started when it shouldn't have after the penalty. So Pickens on the 40. Line to gain is the 7. So that's 4th and 33.
Oh,
and he is brought down
Smooth
to 50.
Went uncontested into the backfield and wrapped up number 7, Aiden Johnson, quickly for the sack back to the 48-yard line, where the Rebels will take over the ball. 1st down and 10, starting off in Pirate territory.
And all the way across the field, you could hear the Rebel fans exhorting the defense there. And they came up with a big stop.
I don't know if Davis had a chance to pan through that crowd over there, but another great turnout of Rebel fans all the way across the state.
And Peyton Allen is done for the night. JoJo Hendricks comes in as quarterback, along with a fair number of second stringers. Pickens takes a timeout. Benbrook will be in the backfield along with Cade Tarver. Hendricks at quarterback. Josh Holliday still in at wide out, but Isaac Gardner's in on the other side. And Ashton Chambers.
Timeout on the field. Once again, reminder, 8th grade, you have
a great turnout here for the Pickens Pirate fans as well. They had a good crowd out here, even despite the rain that came earlier.
You can get the trash bags, 8th graders.
Yeah, I think they knew where to stand and where to hide, because there was about 2 people out here at 7 o'clock, and just as soon as the rain stopped, there were like people everywhere. I don't know where they were, but
yeah, they had the hiding spots. They were hiding from that lightning too, you know.
Yeah.
So once that cleared out, they were ready to roll, and you know, again, I'm just amazed at the turnout by the Rebel fans for that drive all the way across the state. So huge turnout.
JoJo's going to have about 8.5 minutes. He's a sophomore.
We'll see what he can do here with time left on the clock.
He'll bring the offense up. Junior running back and sophomore running back in the backfield. Junior wide out on this side. Senior wide out on the other side.
Hendricks under center, hands off to Benbrook off the left side, finds some running room. He's cutting back across the middle. Very patient runner trying to find that opening. He gets enough for a Rebels first down.
Well, you got flags thrown, and some young man's out there without his helmet on.
This is getting a little chippy out there.
I was reading the other day about the disdain that people have for the word chippy.
I'm sorry.
But I agree with you. Chippy would be I actually think someone has been ejected. All right, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Chambers. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Pickens. And somebody was ejected. I don't know. They called penalties on both teams. I don't know if we had somebody ejected or not, but their number 30 was ejected.
Was it the amount of unsportsmanlikes in the game you can get, Calvin?
Could be. I mean, I don't really know the answer to that. It does not look like anybody from Chambers was sent to the sideline. So I don't know. They're calling Coach Allen out to talk to him very briefly.
Number 30 for Pickens is.
They have not yet moved the chains, although the result of that play was a first down, I thought. There we go. Now we're moving the chains.
Clark Noland.
This is one of those things where it's hard to sort out sometimes. If you're official, I don't envy their having to sort things out.
Well, Hendricks is under center, takes a snap, hands off to Benbrook off the left side, looking for some running room, cuts back across the middle, and he's still on his feet and down to the 21-yard line. Nice run by Benbrook, enough for another Chambers first down.
Gets up excited. That's 2 first downs in a row. He's probably going to have another 100-yard night tonight. He had 102 yards.
We're down to 6 minutes here in the fourth with the clock rolling. Rebels are almost inside the red zone, down to the 23-yard line. Hendricks is under center. Takes the snap, hands off to
Chambers.
Chambers.
And he's going to score.
Austin Chambers he's in for a touchdown, Rebels.
So we got a penalty flag.
Ashton Chambers in for the touchdown.
It's going to be a penalty on the Rebels, so that one will come back. It was a nice run by Chambers. That's a shame it got called back.
I didn't see what happened there, Calvin. Did you?
They called it a illegal use of the hands in some fashion. It wasn't holding. And I've had a hard time all night deciding how they're marking off penalties, so we'll just say it's going to be at the 25-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 15, maybe 14.
Well, Hendricks is under center, still first down. Benbrook's in the backfield alongside Tarver. Hands off again to Chambers.
Back to Chambers.
Off the left side down to, nice run out to the 14 or 13-yard line, depending on the spot.
It's kind of like last week. We had a touchdown call back to Josh Holliday, so the next play they just went to him again.
Right back at it.
Same theory. Tried to get Chambers another touchdown. He couldn't quite get there, but he got down to about the 12.
That'll set up 2nd down and 3 from the 14-yard line. Clock still rolling here in the fourth quarter. Handoff up the middle,
but they're in there.
And that's number 30, Cade Tarver, in for the score for the Rebels.
Number 30
and that one will count.
Cade Tarver.
And they are going to run the clock on this conversion, so I think the officials have recognized that everybody's about had enough tonight, and they're going to try to get this clock wound down without any further incidents of chippiness.
Yes. I would like to read that article, Calvin.
Well, I'll see if I can find it. It was, of course, everybody's offended by everything these days, but it was apparently chippy is a soccer term, and they didn't think it belonged in the world of football, baseball, basketball, hockey, or whatever.
I hope no one was offended by the steak sandwich reference that we were talking about earlier.
Only the vegetarians.
Yes, that was wide to the left by Jeremy Pollard. But hey, that's another Rebels touchdown by Cade Tarver. Clock's still running here in the fourth, and we're down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Score is Rebels 58, Pickens 7. By the time we get this kickoff, we will be under 3 minutes left to go here in the fourth. And the Rebels offense is really put a show on this evening after that first drive.
49-0 last year, so in the last 2 years, Chambers has outscored Pickens, 107-7.
At the first couple series of the game, it looked very tight, and then the defense tightened up, and the offense lit that fuse, and they exploded.
Started out like it was going to be a track meet, and it has been a track meet from the Rebels' perspective. But Pickens still has a game with Southern to play. If Pickens should beat Southern, they would finish second in the region, because this is their first region loss, and Southern has one region loss, of course, to Chambers. So Pickens and Southern will play in 2 weeks for second place. Winner of that game will host a home playoff game in the first round, as will Chambers by virtue of winning the region tonight.
Well, Jeremy Pollard's on for the kickoff for Chambers. Looks like everybody's ready, and Pollard's with the kick. And it's off. It's down to about the 25-yard line where it's picked up. Changes course and goes all the way across the field looking for some running room. And it's bottled up right in the middle of the field.
It's like Ashton Chambers got him. And
appears to be some exchange of words out there, but cooler heads will prevail on that. There's no reason to get into anything right now.
Kudos to JoJo Hendricks there. He got between a couple of folks that were speaking rather harshly to one another and said, "Now, gentlemen, let us calm down."
That's right.
Or words to that effect. And as the clock ticks down here, you know, the probably the most interesting game left in 1A this season is the game in 2 weeks between Crenshaw and Wilcox. Both of them are rolling along undefeated. In this week's Sports Writers poll, Wilcox was #1, Chambers was #2. Crenshaw was all the way at #7, which I can't figure because they're undefeated as well. But Crenshaw and Wilcox will play. And the winner of that game gets all the marbles in the East region. And the loser, of course, would have to come to Chambers. So
About 35-yard line.
Quick handoff by the Pirates out to the 35-yard line.
it's going to be a game we're all watching.
Yeah, we'll definitely be watching that Wilcox game.
Night we play at Bessemer is same night that Wilcox and Crenshaw play.
We'll be getting updates on that one throughout the game.
That'll set the table.
And we're down to less than 30 seconds here in the fourth. Probably time for one more snap by the Pirates.
Well, got people running off the field, and they're going to say that they made it.
And they take a handoff for a couple-yard gain, and that should be the final play of the game as the clock winds down here.
And number 77, freshman Eli Vernon, makes the final tackle of the game. Congratulations on Eli getting in the game, making that nice tackle. And the teams will line up, shake hands.
Remember, the Pirates are open this coming Friday.
Well, that's it here from McGee Hughes right field in Carrollton, Alabama, where your Chambers Academy Rebels have beat the Pirates 58-7.
Great win for the Chambers Rebels, 21 in a row. Clinched the region for the 4th year in a row. And or maybe the 5th year in a row. I lose track, but yeah, 5th year in a row they've clinched their region. So we head home to play Meadowview. You would think, even though that's the last region game, and we have now clinched the region because of holding all the tiebreakers, you would think Chambers would be a big favorite if there was such thing as odds in AISA football, because Meadowview has not won a game, Chambers has not lost. You still got to put it on the field and play. But then the Rebels will look toward Bessemer to wind up the regular season. And first round of the playoffs, we'll host probably either Jackson or Abbeville. Get by them, and you're going to get either Crenshaw or Wilcox. Get by them, and then you'll get either Crenshaw or Wilcox. So Chambers may be the only team that has to go through both of those teams to get to a championship. But as Coach Allen used to say many years ago, if you're going to be the man, you got to beat the man.
That's right. Well, as we look forward to next week's homecoming, and we want to have everybody who's able to come out to Chambers Academy campus in Torbert Field and enjoy the game and the pomp and circumstance of homecoming.
Pickens with a tradition here of lining up at the sidelines. I don't know if they're going to. It's like they're singing an alma mater of some type.
Now each
As
school
Coach
has
Allen-
their own rich traditions that they continue on, which is good.
You know, you got to give kids credit. They're, they just took a tough loss, and they're down there lined up singing some sort of traditional anthem of some sort. As I said, probably an alma mater. A lot of class by these young men. And as we bid goodbye to the PA announcer here at Pickens. Well, we hope so. We're just talking about Crenshaw and Wilcox. They're both still sitting there waiting. So really nice folks here at Pickens over in Carrollton, Alabama. And a lot of rich tradition here, as Chambers is very fortunate to come in and pretty well totally dominate. You know, Chester, I was kind of hoping they'd have a mascot here tonight.
The Pirates?
Yeah, we saw a mascot at a couple of games we went to, because I was going to ask somebody if his name was Slim.
Slim the Pirate?
No, Slim Pickens.
Oh. Slim Pickens, because we're in Pickens. Not for long, though. Everybody's going to be packing up and moving on out of Pickens. But we look forward to next weekend with homecoming week and seeing all the folks come back, and hope to see you guys down at Torbert Field. We'll be there again broadcasting live. If you can't make it down to the game, you can always catch us here on Chambers Academy Sports Live. And we're going to run these broadcasts as far as the team makes it throughout the year into playoff season. So catch us here. And we do, again, appreciate all the support and feedback we're getting from folks as we continue to improve this process. And I want to thank everyone at Chambers Academy that's helped make this possible. David, running all the electrical, sound. Couldn't do it without you, buddy. Calvin, I've been enjoying working with you, and
Oh, absolutely.
continue to have fun with this, and make sure these kids are the main focal point of this, and get them the exposure and recognition that they deserve for all the hard work they put in.
And as the team breaks out of the huddle down there and starts to head their separate ways back to buses and parents and however they're going to get home, we hope and pray they all have a safe journey.
Yeah, we don't want to leave anybody over here. It'd be a long walk.
Yeah, it would be. We're glad to get this road trip over, and it's good to know that unless you go to Troy, you won't have to travel anymore this year. Although we've enjoyed the ladders and the various cuisine that we've enjoyed on the road, but it's been a long 4 weeks, all the way over from a short trip to Lynette to those trips to Greensboro and over here to Carrollton and down to Montgomery. It's been a lot to be homesick over. We're ready to get back to Torbert Field and see if we're going to wear gray or blue instead of wearing white.
That's right.
And so this been a fun 4 weeks, and we'll have an interview with Coach Allen as we've been doing midweek, and we'll name our players of the game then. When we get back home, we'll probably go back to interviewing them after the game, because Chester and I both prefer that, but it's kind of tough to get them up here in the visitors press box sometimes when
not much space up here.
Sometimes when you can barely get in there yourself. But
yeah, we have a good media room back there on campus, and we'll be able to do the players of the game live right after the game there. So we look forward to getting back to our home surroundings, but want to thank everybody on this road trip. We've enjoyed the hospitality, and everyone has been a joy to work with, and we appreciate all the schools for letting us set up and broadcast and use their internet if possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want to thank all the visiting teams that we visited so far. So look forward to this coming week, though. I'm excited about homecoming. It's always good to get back home and see some friends that you may not have seen this past weekend at the 50th anniversary. Right. But amazing how many folks come back for homecoming. So we should have a great week at CA with all the pep rallies and all the activities we got lined up on campus. So look forward to seeing everybody this week back in Lafayette. And I think that pretty much is going to wrap it up here from Pickens County in Carrollton, Alabama. What do you say, Calvin?
Yeah, I think so. I think I need to get down out here and get across the field, because you fellas are not going to give me a ride home. I got to thumb my way. I got to thumb away home with somebody.
There's at least a bus going that direction.
I don't know if Emily will let me ride with her or not. All right. Well, again, we sign off here from Carrollton with our gratitude to you for watching, and we say good night and God bless.
Take care.